So I was away on holiday for about 2.5 weeks. So the past 2 weeks or so of videos were basically all scheduled and recorded prior, which is why this one's going up so late, because I've been out of sync and all that. But Bungie's been quite busy whilst I was away. I've been reading all the this week of Bungie's and stuff, and all the stuff they've been announcing, but obviously I can't make a video when I'm on holiday, so this is basically a roundup of all the news that's going to be coming into effect in like the coming weeks or months, and all the stuff that was really announced and revealed last week or the week before. So the first thing is of course Solstice of Heroes, which is starting next week on Tuesday. And what this basically is it's an event which we've known about this event for a month or two, but we got details on it like a couple of weeks ago, I think, or last week. So basically this event allows you to get an armor set for each character, basically for a Titan, Warlock and a Hunter, which brings your power up to 400 in your armor at least. So if you do the prestige raid layers, you also get 400 power weapons for each time you run it, I think, so you could get up to power level 400 by the time Forsaken comes out. Of course it doesn't really matter, because being 385 and 405 doesn't really change anything, because it might make things a wee bit more easy, or a wee bit easier, but only for like a couple of weeks, because once Forsaken comes out we're going to blast right through that power cap. So because I think Forsaken goes with the 600, so really it's just a novelty thing. But the armor looks pretty good. I'm going to have clips on screen, but basically the way this event works is that the tower will be all like customized and stuff, and it'll have these statues around the place. So you go to the statue, start your event, and Icor has like a cutscene or something. Then there's these 5 mission statues around the place in the tower, and the first one is Homecoming, and this is all from the Destiny 2 campaign, but it's basically the best missions from the campaign. So Homecoming, which is the first mission that you play in the Destiny 2 campaign, this hasn't been replayable since, ever, basically, in Destiny 2. All the other missions have been replayable, except this one, because I have no idea why, but it's the first mission and you can't replay it unless you start another character, basically. So that's good that it's in the event. The second one's Spark, which I think is whenever we get our power back. Payback, which is we're going around with a tank on the EDZ, I think. 1 AU, which is on the Almighty, which is the second to last mission, I think, and then Chosen, which is the one where you fight Gaul. So it's all the best missions in the campaign that they've selected for this. And these missions have challenges and everything, and the armor set is linked to this. So I believe the first armor set you get is the Shattered set, and this is basically just a set that you have at the beginning of the campaign. So whenever you do the first campaign mission, Homecoming, your armor gets all destroyed when you get kicked off of Gaul's ship, and therefore you can keep that armor. I've kept all the armor sets because I thought they looked kind of cool, but they're just common sets and don't do anything. They're just all tattered and stuff. You'll see that on screen, but that's the armor set you get at the start of the event. You can then do challenges, I'm assuming in the missions that are around the tower, to get the Rekindled armor set, which is at power of 340. So you can get all that stuff leveled up and all that, and you'll get to Rekindled with 340 with a new list of objectives. And once you complete those objectives, you get the Resplendent armor set at power 400, and then you can do more challenges, which I'm assuming is the prestige raid layers, in order to get the masterwork versions. So I'm probably not going to get the masterwork versions, but I should be able to get the Resplendent armor because I don't do any raids, so yeah. Other things in this event is a new loot pool for Eververse. So there's already there's Moments of Triumphs, which are being tracked in the Destiny 2 mobile app, which you can go onto and you can track them. I'm sure there's probably other ways to track them as well. There's like third-party stuff as well, but you can track them, which is like just different things. In Destiny 2 you get rewards like a Sparrow, Ghost Shell, discount for a t-shirt, and an emblem as well for the last reward. But in the loot pool for Solstice of Heroes, you can get Solstice engrams from Test Eververse, and every time you complete an event milestone, or I'm assuming you level up your character, you get an engram, and you can get these really cool ornaments that which should be on screen. The Ghost Shells, I quite like the middle and the right one, not so sure about the left one, but I do quite like the middle and right ones. And then the Sparrows are really cool as well. People have been comparing the right Sparrow with the Titan on it to the Harley Davidson, so they're like a Harley Davidson, so that's pretty cool. But I quite like the Tron looking one on the left. And then the taunts I don't think are like that good. The fishing one's okay, but the dance one I'm not too fond of, but they look pretty cool, and that's basically it for Solstice of Heroes. It seems like a pretty cool event. The prestige raid layer is also out, so you can already get 400 powered guns, which I'm not going to do because I don't do raids, but it's there if you want to do it, and that's that basically. Another thing which was released actually whilst I was away was the Whisper of the Worm steps and event type thing. Last week the Flashpoint was on IO and people found out that the Taken Blight public event in the Lost Oasis, I think, had a random Taken boss spawn, and if you killed him then a portal would open to a mission. You could do a secret mission and get the black spindle from Destiny 1 basically, which is called the Whisper of the Worm now, and it's a really good weapon. It's probably like the best gun in the game. I don't have it because I came back last Saturday night / Sunday morning, so I only had like a day and a half to do it and I wasn't familiar enough with it, and I don't have people to play Destiny with, so I'm going to have to use the app basically. But it seems like a pretty good weapon. It seems like the best weapon in the game honestly, and if you don't have it, definitely give it a shot. Go into the Destiny companion app, go into LFG or whatever, find a fire name. But it seems like a pretty good weapon and I'm really happy to have this. I've ran through the parkour section, the platforming section, and it's like really well put together. So it is a really fun like trying to discover the things, like how to go through it. But there's basically no chance of doing it in solo unless you're like amazing at Destiny, so it's a good challenge, but I don't think it's really possible to do in solo. I know people have, but for the average person it's not possible. Aside from the Whisper of the Worm and Solstice of Hero, there's also Forsaken stuff that was released, and the new roadmap was released as well. So there's an update which is actually a week before Forsaken comes out, which is the next update we're going to get, which is weapon slot changes, milestones and challenges updates, director updates, heroic story missions, bulk shader deletion, and 200 additional vault slots, so 500 in total instead of 300 we have now. Forsaken then comes out on September 4th, which is a bunch of other stuff which I can go into a later date, but you'll see it on screen anyway. And I think this is really good that on August 28th they're releasing kind of like part of the update, and then they're releasing the rest of the update on September 4th, because having milestones and challenges updates is good, because it means that we can see what it's going to be like for Forsaken before it actually comes out and get familiar with it, so we're not like confused whenever Forsaken comes out. Weapon slot changes is nice because we can mess around with them before Forsaken comes out yet again, so we're doing normal activities like escalation protocol, raids, that sort of thing, and strikes. Director updates yet again to get familiar with it. Heroic story missions, I don't think this is that big a deal, but it's kind of cool to have, and I'm assuming it means we can select missions as well. Bulk shader deletion is very good because it means that having this a week early means people can bulk delete shaders instead of sitting in the tower at the start of Forsaken deleting stuff. And 200 additional vault slots is good as well because it means that people can go through the vault deleting stuff and organising it prior to Forsaken coming out, so they don't spend like the first 10 minutes of Forsaken just in the tower, their vault or whatever. So I think that's quite good. As for Forsaken, I think you can preload Forsaken as of August 20th. Then when Forsaken comes out on September 4th, there's all the other stuff like gear collections, in-game triumphs, weapon customization, mod system updates, all that stuff. Mods seem to be actual perks now instead of affecting your power, which is pretty nice, and I think that's definitely a better system. But there's a bunch of other stuff, get into that at some stage, but I think that's basically all the news for the moment. I would say there's also like all the moment triumphs and stuff, so if you want to do that stuff, go ahead and do it. I think a bunch of the stuff, there's some easy stuff like complete the Destiny campaign, complete Curse of Cyrus, complete Warmind, get all the nodes for the Warline Zero and the Exotic Sparrow from Mars, and all that stuff, as well as getting all the regional chests, which I'm working on at the moment. And there's also, do raid letters, do the raids, do the prestige raids, and there's stuff tied to the actual event itself, Solstice of Hero, so that's yet to be revealed. But I think all the stuff they've been giving us, it seems pretty good. Forsaken's looking even better as the days go by, and I definitely think that Bungie's pretty much nailing all the updates as of recent, and Destiny 2 is definitely getting to a better place than it had been at launch, so quite happy with it, and I think that's about it. My next video, which is probably going to be Monday or Tuesday, is probably going to be me talking about like the channel and stuff, which I don't do because I kind of frown upon having like state of the channel sort of videos because I've never done that before, and having like 110 or 11 subscribers doesn't really make sense as a state of a channel thing, but I think it's mostly just for my sort of planning to have that sort of thing to kind of like mark a milestone kind of use. I think I'll do that on Tuesday or something, or unless a COD thing comes up I'll do that, but I might change my mind. But next week should be me playing Solstice of Hero or something, but aside from that, I would say that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, maybe subscribing, and I'll see you next one. Bye.